What's up, guys? It's your boy Los here, back with another episode of Free Game. Today on Free Game, I wanted to go over how to not get scammed as a rapper. My last few years of going through and trying to put my music out there, you guys don't understand how many times that your boy's gotten scammed, finessed, hoodwinked, all that. So I wanted to just, if I could help one person save their money, if I can help one person not have to go through what I went through in my earlier days, then I feel like this video has value. So without further ado, let's get into it. How to not get scammed as a rapper. So number one way to not get scammed as a rapper or as a music artist is 100%. Always, I cannot stress this enough. Pay with PayPal. You guys always want to pay with PayPal. If you're ever trying to buy promo from an Instagram page or a promo page, if you're ever trying to buy a beat off of somebody and it's not through BeatStars, or you're trying to get some service from someone through like their DMs or through some other third party, you always want to see if they'll do it through PayPal, because that's the one way that you're going to be able to protect your payment no matter what. A lot of scammers are going to tell you, oh, I can't do PayPal. Or if they do say they can do PayPal, they're going to say, oh, send it through friends. Don't send it through goods and services, because they put a surcharge on there or whatever. If they tell you don't send it as goods and services, run the whole other direction. You don't want to deal with them at all. They're a scammer. They're trying to take you for your money. Abort mission. Always send through goods and services. If they try to complain about like the little surcharge that they say, tell them, hey, I'll put another $5 on top of this if you just accept this money through PayPal. Because if you go through PayPal and then they scam you and they finesse you, you can put in a complaint through PayPal and you can get your money back. When you send your money through Zelle, when you send your money through Venmo, when you send your money through Cash App, that money is theirs. There's nothing that you can do about it. There's no one you can complain to. They're going to tell you tough luck. There's nothing we can do. So please, always 100%, if you can get it through PayPal, goods and services, get it through PayPal, goods and services. If they tell you no, they try to give you some runaround, or they try to say send it through my Cash App, or it'll be easier if we do it through Venmo, or it'll be easier if we do it through Zelle, just tell them, hey, I can only do it. I only have a PayPal, and I'm only comfortable doing with this. If they're not serious enough to let you do that, you don't want to do business with them, because more often than not, they're a scammer anyway, and they're not professional about their business. Another way, since we're on the topic of payments right now, you always, if you can, ask to put a deposit down. Now, you might be asking, why do you want to put a deposit down for a promo page? Guys, you want to put a deposit down for promo pages, because a lot of times what will happen is you'll send them money, and then these guys really start jerking you around. They don't post when they say they're going to post. They tell you they're busy. They start lagging on their messages and all that stuff like that, because they've already gotten everything that they want from you. You really have nothing for them at that point. You've given them the money, and if they don't want to, they don't even have to talk to you anymore. They can block you and go on their way and act like that it never even happened. And this happened to me before. You want to tell them, you want to say, hey, how much is it for a post for your page? And they're going to tell you blah, 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 blah. At that point, you're going to be like, okay, cool. Do you mind if I put half down now? I will give you the half now to show you I am serious about putting money for this post. Can I put the other half once you post? Now, if they don't do that, there's something that you want to consider, where it becomes like, do you really want to do business with this person? Because then they're going to say, you're at a position where you're totally in their control. The entire dynamic is in their control now, because they have your money. You don't have your money anymore, but you're waiting on them. It's basically, you're putting all your faith into somebody that you don't know. If they're cool with you putting down a deposit, then it's one of those things where, okay, you put the half down, they're incentivized to do whatever you're paying them to do, because they want the other half of the money. At the same time, if they do scam you, if they do finesse you and they just run off with it, you've only given them half of the money. So instead of being out of $300 for a post, you're only out of $150. And yes, that $150 is going to sting, but it's not going to sting as much as that $300 would have. So I'm telling you right now, Always try to put half down, always try to put a deposit down if you can. Now, if they're an established page, if they're a professional page, if they are very succinct about how they go about business, then I would say if they are only going with you putting down the entire amount at that time, you can do it, but please be discretionary on who you're giving all your money to. Always, 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 always try to put half down and say, I will give you the other half when you do what I want you to do. If it's for music videos, tell them, I will put out the half down now. I will give you the other half when you're done doing the video. I usually pay them after they're done shooting the video, but honestly, guys, what you should do is you should put the deposit down, and then you should give them the other half once you actually get the video back. Because if you don't get the video back, you'll have videographers that'll take a long time to edit. They'll put your stuff on the back burner. They'll BS. A lot of them take on more projects than they can handle. And your stuff, you'll be waiting 3, 4, 5 months for your video that you paid for in January. You won't get it back until August. So please always try to put half down. And then always, for anybody, for any of these promo pages or anything like that, that you're paying for a service, if they ask you for your budget, this is a red flag. You want to be on the lookout for these type of pages that is asking for your budget. Now, for something like a music video or something like that, or cover art, they'll usually ask you, what is your budget? Because of the amount of time and work that they're going to put into it. If you have a certain music video, depending on how many scenes and what effects you want on there and the editing and whatnot, or for cover art, the different types of options that you have for cover art, they might ask you what your budget is. But for something like a promo page, if you're paying for a page to post you, if you're paying for somebody to promote you or to make a meme out of you or something like that, and you're saying, hey, I really think that my song will be cool on your page. Can you post me on your page? And they ask you what's your budget. This is a red flag, because this is supposed to be a business. This is supposed to be a service. They should already know how much it costs to be on their page. If they're asking you what your budget is, they're basically trying to see how much they can get out of you. It's not, oh, it costs this much to be on this page, or this is how much posts usually go. The more professional pages, they'll be like, hey, this is the price to be posted on our page. It's the same for everybody, and everyone adheres to it, so you have to pay this price. They don't go and say, oh, how much money you got? $500? Okay, it's $500 for you. Oh, how much money you got? $50? Okay, it's $50 for you. You see how that doesn't really make much sense? When you're having a page is having someone pay $500 for a post and another person $50 for a post. At that point, they're not offering services. They're just trying to get you for what they can get you for, and then finesse on you. Get off and be gone with it. So if they're ever asking for your budget and it's for like a promo page or something like that, where it should be just like a service, a flat rate, beware. You want to be on the lookout for that. You don't want to give them your money if they're asking you what your budget is, because they should have a price. And if they don't have a price, ask them, hey man, come up with a price, because I'm not going to give you any more money than I need to give you. If you're not cognizant enough to know what your price is, then tell them your budget is $10. Not even that. Don't even do it at that point, because they're not serious about their business. They're not professional. And more often than not, they're looking to just finesse you and get some money, and then not do what you paid them to do. So guys, that's it. Those are just a couple ways on how to not get scammed. So if you ever come through any of those, make sure you have your antennas on. Make sure you got your senses aware, because if it doesn't sound right and it doesn't look right, it probably isn't right. So remember, always pay through PayPal. Always send through goods and services through PayPal. Always ask to put half down for whatever it is, and if they don't, then you want to use that as a red flag, and then beware they ask for your budget. If it's anything other than like something like a music video or artistic where the prices can vary, if it's for like a promo page or something like that, and they're asking you what your budget is, that's a red flag. Be on the lookout. You should be very wary of giving them your money, because they're most likely just trying to get some out of you. This is Free Game. I'm out.